here. Now, you said that God told you something about you. What did God tell you? Be thankful for everything. Okay, now, you said be thankful for everything and everything you do in life. Okay, now, whenever he said thank you, be thankful, do you think he meant be thankful like for Thanksgiving? Oh, you know about Thanksgiving. Who told you about Thanksgiving? Uh-huh. Well, what they say about Thanksgiving? So you think Thanksgiving, we supposed to do Thanksgiving? Okay, but the holiday of Thanksgiving, you know, they just cooked up a bunch of turkeys and hams and served them up. Did you have Thanksgiving and all of that? Okay. Okay, good. You don't serve holidays. You know why that's important? It's because God never told us to serve the holidays of the people whenever we went into slavery. We up here now serving their holidays, but we don't know who we are. Let me tell you, let me get about five minutes of your time. You know, you are the people of the Bible.
That's right.
Whenever we went into slavery, we were in slavery so long we forgot who we are. But I'm getting ready to show you right now who you are, okay? You are God's chosen people. You actually the people of the Bible.
That's right.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Now, you heard the story about Moses, right? When Moses went in there and got the children of Israel, he said, told Pharaoh, let my people go, all of that. You remember that? Listen to what Moses told us in Deuteronomy when we was out there in the wilderness. Listen right quick.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It said, if you don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, the voice of the Lord thy God is this Bible. When the Most High is trying to tell you something, he tell you through the Bible, okay? If you don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
Moses gave us some laws, statutes, and commandments that day whenever he was talking to us. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It says that if we didn't do those commandments, we was going to be cursed. Now, being cursed is a bad thing.
Right.
Okay? So we're going to show you one of these curses that's going to let you know specifically that you the children of Israel. Give me verse 68.
Bring it out.
Listen real close, sister. Real close, because it's going to talk about your forefathers. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt. He said he going to bring you into Egypt. What was the children of Israel doing in Egypt? They were slaves, right? The children of Israel were slaves in Egypt when Moses went over there and got them out. They were slaves. Don't worry about it. They were slaves in Egypt. So when you hear Egypt, think slavery, okay? Start over. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
It said the Lord was going to bring the children of Israel into Egypt again, but this time they was going to go on ships. So he was going to bring them into slavery again with ships. That happened to our forefathers. That's how we came over to this place. It was a prophecy back then, 3,000 years ago, when Moses said it. But it's an actual fact, it's history now, that's how we went into slavery. So if anybody asks you, that connects you. That's one of those curses that connects you with the children of Israel. But the fact of the matter is, there is a specific reason why we are in the state that we are in. Read verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It says, it shall come to pass. When you read, it shall come to pass. That means it's going to happen. That's something that's going to happen.
Right.
All right? It shall come to pass if we hearken, which means listen. If we listen, read.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations that of the earth.
It said that if we would listen and do these laws, statutes, and commandments that Moses was giving us as a nation, if we listened and did what God said, we would be set on high above all nations. Keep reading.
And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It said these blessings was going to overcome us, overtake us. We'd be so blessed. Now, we're going to go and see some of these blessings that the Most High promised us if we listen to him. Keep reading, bro.
Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Whenever King David and Solomon were in power, we were blessed in the cities. We had nations bringing tribute to us. We were blessed.
Right.
Everything we touched turned to gold.
That's right.
Blessed shall we be in the city. Blessed shall we be in the field. Guess what? We had our own land.
That's right.
We were growing our own crops. We wasn't going buying GMOs over at Kroger.
Bring it up.
We was bringing in fresh food, healthy food, because we had land to do that with.
That's right.
How many of us got land today? Not very many.
That's right.
Keep reading.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of the ground.
It said, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body. Our children came into the world rich.
That's right.
We were rich people. We had control. We had power. We had armies. We were a very strong and dignified people.
You know.
Read.
And the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
We had flocks. We had cows, sheep, lambs, goats, you name it. We had it.
That's right.
Look at us now. We can barely afford to feed a dog.
Right. Bring it out.
We were feeding whole flocks of cattle
Bring it out.
whenever David and Solomon were in power.
That's right.
Boy, I wish we could go back to that, but I'm going to show you how we can go back to it.
That's right.
Read.
Bring it out.
Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. We had all kind of food to put away. If bad times came, we had something to go to sustain us. If we miss a paycheck now, we're done.
That's right.
We are living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
This is a tragedy for our people. And guess what? None of us is immune to it. Even if you got a little money, the guy next to you ain't got no money.
Right.
You got your relatives calling asking you for money.
Bring it out.
So you may as well be on the bottom with everybody else, because whatever you got to help the other people. We all on the bottom. Read.
Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
When we were born, we were rich.
Yes. That's right.
We were rich people. Did you know that, brother? Did you know that, brother? When we were born, we were rich back in the old days. Look at us now.
Bring it out.
It's a reason why we're not rich. We getting ready to show you why we're not rich now. Because we are hard-headed and stiff-necked people. We don't want nobody to tell us to do nothing. Even God. We don't care what God says. Read.
The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Now, back in the day, there was not an army on this planet that could stand up to us.
That's right.
We were that powerful. We were renowned for defeating armies. Because those people knew our God fought for us.
That's right.
They knew it. Give me Judith 5.
Bring it out. Nope.
These people know who we are. And they know what happens if we are following the commandments of God.
That's right.
There is no one that can stand next to us when we are righteous. The reason we are on the bottom is because we are no longer righteous. Read.
Judith chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people,
This man is telling this king who's going to go up against us how to beat us. He says, if there be any error in this people, talking about us, the children of Israel, the modern day blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the children of Israel. He says, if there be any error, meaning sin, if our people are sinning, read,
and they sin against their God,
if we sin against our God, meaning we don't follow his commandments.
That's right.
Read.
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
They know that if we don't do the commandments of God, it shall be our ruin.
That's right.
Are we ruined currently? Yes, we're ruined because we don't do the commandments of God.
That's right.
Keep reading.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
He says, let us go up, and we shall overcome them. They know how to overcome them, how to overcome us. They've created a society to help them to overcome us.
That's right.
They have created a society where we disrespect God's Sabbath. Today is the Sabbath.
Bring it out.
Friday night at sundown, all the way to Saturday night at sundown. That's the Sabbath.
Right.
They created a society where they put the majority of their sales on Saturday
Bring it out.
so that you'll break that law. Can't you see how they have set this up so that the children of Israel stay in sin?
That's right.
He said, if we stay in sin, let us go and what?
Let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
They are going to overcome us because of our sin. Read.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
If there be no iniquity. Iniquity is sin.
Right. Bring it out.
Iniquity is sin. So if we stop sinning, which is breaking God's laws, read,
let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them.
lest their Lord do what?
Defend them.
It said that you need to keep passing by because our Lord will defend us.
That's
So
right.
these people know that our God will defend us.
Bring it out.
Read.
And their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
It said their God will be for them and they would be embarrassed because we will end up destroying them because our God will fight for us.
Right.
Now, ain't that a great thing to be in a position where your God can fight for you? Hosea 5:15. It's a wonderful thing to have somebody fight for you. But if you look around, it doesn't look like anybody's fighting for us.
Right. Out.
There's a specific reason why.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have repented. We have repented. How about you? How about you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.